In this video, you'll learn how to overcome constant distractions from social media and notifications that keep you from your real goals. Here, we explore techniques to rediscover intrinsic motivation and turn difficult tasks into something truly enjoyable and fulfilling. Discover how to use these methods to increase your focus, make challenges engaging, and turn the process into a rewarding experience. Have you ever found yourself stuck in an endless loop of digital distractions, unable to focus on what truly matters? Social media, constant notifications, and the endless stream of entertaining videos keep us glued to our screens, making any important goal feel distant and hard to reach. It's as if every small task suddenly becomes overwhelming, pulling us further away from what we really want to achieve. But why is it so challenging to focus on what truly matters? And is it even possible to break free from this cycle and turn our goals into something that feels truly inspiring? The answers might surprise you. Not only is it possible, but these insights can actually help you regain clarity and focus, bringing you closer to what you genuinely desire. This topic comes from a personal experience. I went through a phase filled with doubt and insecurity, where distractions seemed to take over my days. It pushed me to explore why we often struggle to stay focused on tasks that are crucial for our growth. What I discovered was fascinating. Our ability to concentrate and find motivation is far more intricate than it seems, but it's something we can actively cultivate and enhance. Through my research, I found that we can learn to redirect our attention toward our goals. And in this video, I'll share some effective techniques to stop avoiding those demanding activities and start embracing them naturally. It may sound challenging, but there are methods that can transform even the hardest tasks into something enjoyable and stimulating. A remarkable study conducted by scientists at Stanford University highlights how external rewards impact our motivation. In this study, researchers observed preschoolers who loved to draw. When offered rewards like gold stars and ribbons for each drawing, the children started losing interest in the activity. What they once did purely for enjoyment began to feel like a chore, only worthwhile if there was a reward. This effect illustrates that when we focus too much on external incentives, we may lose sight of the activities that genuinely fulfill us. While this study was conducted with children, the findings apply to adults as well. Many times, we work tirelessly toward external rewards, forgetting the internal motivation that once drove us. As we disconnect from our original passion, the path toward our goals becomes more difficult and, at times, frustrating. If this content is helping you gain a clearer understanding of how to strengthen your motivation and overcome challenges, remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It helps me continue bringing you insights like these. Now imagine being able to reconnect with that inner motivation, finding ways to make your goals appealing without relying on external incentives. This video dives deeply into these ideas, helping you discover how to apply them to your daily life. By doing so, you can focus and overcome challenges, finding satisfaction in each step of the process. When you increase the association between doing an activity and reaching a goal, you naturally boost your motivation to complete that task. It's important to break down the concept of motivation, as many people think it's about feeling happy or inspired to take action. In reality, motivation is simply having a reason to act, a driving force behind a behavior. There are two types of motivation: intrinsic and extrinsic. Unfortunately, most people lean toward extrinsic motivation, which is based on things like money, social status, or the praise we receive for doing something. I won't deny that external motivation has value, especially when starting an activity. However, extrinsic motivation is like temporary fuel. It may help you get started, but what truly keeps you going is intrinsic motivation. This is largely influenced by a key player in our brains: dopamine. Dopamine is crucial for focus and motivation. It rises when we anticipate something and drops once we actually receive that reward. In other words, our brains are more motivated by the expectation of a reward than by the reward itself. Here's the secret. When you work with intrinsic motivation, you act and feel driven without depending on external rewards. There's no external goal when you're doing something purely for the enjoyment of it, like spending time with your pets. The purpose is simply to enjoy the moment, and that's enough. So, the key to making challenging tasks addictive is to increase your intrinsic motivation. This type of motivation emerges when you connect difficult activities to your end goal. When you shorten the time between doing an activity and receiving a reward, you strengthen your motivation to complete that task. And here's where the issue with modern vices like social media or gaming comes into play. They give you instant rewards and immediate dopamine. Why? Because when you take an action and receive an immediate reward, your brain becomes flooded with dopamine. In a way, this video is showing you how to create a habit loop, isn't it? In the brain, a habit, or even a vice, is simply a super habit, something you repeat continuously. It's a cycle. You do something, receive a reward, and this stimulates your desire to repeat the action. The key is to harness this same mechanism behind vices and apply it to the difficult activities in our lives, making them almost addictive. This is precisely the focus of this video. By understanding how addiction works, we can leave behind harmful habits and use this mechanism to tackle challenging tasks. To do that, I'll introduce you to 3 methods. The first is focusing on the present. If you base your motivation solely on future outcomes, like picturing yourself with a superhero physique on a breezy beach next summer, that image might feel rewarding. However, it's very different from the actual work it takes to get there. Skipping unhealthy meals, working out even when you're tired or stressed after a long day, these sensations don't match that idealized vision. The truth is, to reach your ultimate goal, you need to make the process enjoyable. One way to do this is by focusing on the present moment. Interesting studies show that when a repeated behavior leads to a reward we desire, not only does that behavior become more frequent, but our experience while performing it also changes. What does this mean? Imagine you start going to the gym with the goal of getting in shape for summer. But before you reach that ultimate goal, you begin experiencing other benefits. You feel more energetic throughout the day, notice reduced stress, and find yourself better focused at work. Your brain starts linking these immediate benefits to physical activity, reinforcing your motivation to keep exercising. This is the core idea. Anything that brings the reward closer to the challenging activity will boost your intrinsic motivation to do it. Focus on the immediate benefits you gain from these tough activities. If you're interested in diving deeper into self-knowledge and discovering inner peace, check out my ebook, Divine Essence, Rediscovering the Inner Self and Spiritual Peace. The link is in the description. In the case of physical exercise, experiencing less stress, greater focus, and better rest at the end of the day are immediate outcomes you can appreciate. I know this isn't always easy. Perhaps it's what we often call discipline. In this context, discipline might simply mean keeping your intrinsic motivation for that activity in mind. This is the first method and also the simplest way to tap into our intrinsic motivation, remembering why you're doing this activity during challenging moments and focusing on the immediate benefits it brings, rather than only thinking of the future, ideal version of yourself. This method was the key that helped me break free from procrastination. It's a true game changer, a life hack. The concept is simple. Combine a healthy habit you already enjoy or something beneficial with a difficult task you want to integrate into your routine. Let me give you a personal example. I wanted to focus on studying and preparing the script for this video. So, what did I do? Well, I love coffee. Maybe I'm a bit addicted to it, who knows? But I decided that I would only allow myself to have coffee while working on this video. I couldn't drink it at any other time. With this, my brain started to associate video preparation with something I really enjoy. It's fascinating, but several studies support this approach. In one study, researchers compared 2 math classes. One included music, interactive materials, and color, while the other followed a traditional format. The students in the interactive class not only studied longer, but also solved more problems and learned more than those in the traditional class. The learning process became enjoyable. Another study applied this same idea to exercise. Participants paired a necessary activity, like working out, with something they wanted to do, like listening to a podcast or an audiobook. They not only exercised more, but when the rewards like audiobooks were removed, they continued to maintain their exercise habit. In other words, their intrinsic motivation for the challenging activity increased. Now, pay close attention, because this is the most important part of the video. You should avoid placing rewards either before or after the activity you're trying to make a habit. Let's say you want to develop the habit of reading. You can't give yourself chocolate or coffee right before or after reading. If you do, you're sending a powerful dopamine signal toward the reward, which tells your brain that the activity wasn't rewarding on its own, but rather for the treat that came with it. I want to take a moment to say a huge thank you for being here with me this far. If you're enjoying the content, please subscribe to the channel so you won't miss more videos like this. It helps me a lot and motivates me to keep bringing valuable content just for you. Do you see the problem? At first, 1 piece of chocolate might be enough, but soon you'll need 2, and then 2 chocolates plus a coffee. This crutch becomes a conditioning trap that's unsustainable in the long run. To strengthen your motivation, Only give yourself the reward while you're performing the difficult activity, not before and not after. Of course, you need to choose activities that genuinely support your goals. It's not about doing something harmful while trying to work toward your objectives. I've made mistakes myself in the past, but I've learned the importance of using dopamine wisely. This is the key to accessing dopamine through the effort involved in challenging activities by pairing them with something you already enjoy. It can even be the combination of two habits. Do you enjoy running? Try running on the treadmill while reading something engaging. For me, this was a total game changer. However, the real breakthrough came with the third method. Yes, we're about to dive into a deeper level of neuroscience. This last method is the foundation of intrinsic motivation. If you really want to understand this concept, it's essential to know that intrinsic motivation consists of 5 elements we can adjust to help us stay focused and driven. To make these ideas easier to understand, I decided to divide these 5 elements into 2 groups, though this is my own classification and not a formal model. I call the first group the natural components because they are aspects we are already familiar with. The first is curiosity. As you know, curiosity fuels our desire to learn. If you're interested in knowing why the sky is blue, how ants build their underground homes, or how a glass sculpture is made, you're likely to dive into research without even glancing at the clock. Sometimes we enter what's known as a flow state, that moment when we're so immersed that we lose track of time. When you feel a strong curiosity about a subject, it's natural to feel motivated to study, work on it, or learn as much as possible. Alongside curiosity, we have mastery, which is the drive to improve and reach a high level of skill. Think of professional athletes or musicians. Why would someone like Michael Jordan, who had already achieved massive success, keep pushing himself, training, and facing the pain to become even better? Their motivation came from within. They aimed to reach the highest possible level in their field. This pursuit of mastery is about refining what we do, simply because it's deeply satisfying to know we're excellent at it. This drive fuels people like Serena Williams, Rebecca Andrade, and Pele. In our daily lives, this desire to grow can apply to any task, whether it's work-related or a personal project. For instance, on this channel, my goal goes beyond just exploring topics out of curiosity. I continuously work to improve the scripts, video quality, and how the content is presented. Mastery isn't solely about being the best. It's the enjoyment we feel knowing we can create something complex and unique, honing our skills in the process. The last natural component is purpose. Personally, I find this to be the most powerful one. Without a purpose, any project or activity can feel like a simple checklist to complete. But with a clear sense of purpose, even the dullest tasks transform into something meaningful, into life missions that give weight to our actions. Purpose is indeed a powerful force. Think of it this way: earning money is an external motivator. However, when someone works tirelessly, even juggling multiple jobs and making sacrifices to secure a better future for their family, the goal is no longer just about income. There's a deeper cause driving them. In these cases, the effort takes on a significance that transcends the material rewards. In truth, all of these elements, curiosity, mastery, and purpose, are crucial for sustaining genuine intrinsic motivation. No true internal motivation emerges without being connected to these components. That's why it's essential to know yourself and honestly identify what truly drives you. It might be the wish to achieve something meaningful, a curiosity to understand a subject more deeply, or the ambition to refine your skills. And there are still 2 key components to explore. One of these components is autonomy, which we can cultivate in our lives, even if it doesn't arise naturally. Autonomy means feeling that you have control over your decisions, that you're the one choosing your actions. You might think, but I don't have complete freedom at work. That may be true, but autonomy can be present even in the smallest details. Imagine you have a list of tasks for the day. If you choose the order in which to complete them, that simple choice can give you a sense of autonomy. The final component, though it might sound technical, is extremely powerful. It's known as autotelicity. This refers to learning how to enjoy the process itself, not just the end goal. We're often so focused on reaching the final outcome that we forget how important it is to feel satisfied at each step. It's easy to dream of success, of becoming an outstanding professional, or improving at something. But how do we make the day-to-day journey toward that goal as fulfilling as the goal itself? This is where autotelicity encourages us to find gratification in every part of the journey. It's not just about chasing the finish line. it's about recognizing the value in effort. This means creating moments of satisfaction in the present, rather than waiting for one big reward at the end. When you learn to do this, you can transform any effort into something truly worthwhile. The key is in how we adjust these components across different areas of our lives. There will be times when curiosity serves as a strong motivator. At other times, it might be purpose or autonomy. At work, for example, if curiosity isn't relevant, you might focus on developing a sense of purpose or creating small moments of autonomy. Remember, to strengthen intrinsic motivation, it's essential to connect what you're doing with what you truly want to achieve. This connection turns any task into a more meaningful experience and helps you build a life with purpose. When you're tackling a truly difficult activity, remember that you're doing it because you chose to. Out of all the options, you decided to be there. This mindset has given me immense strength in life, knowing that, even during challenging times, I'm there because of my own decision. I made that choice, fully aware that it's a necessary step toward what I want. And ultimately, that choice brings its own reward. Do you remember when we talked about the balance between effort and reward? By enduring the challenge first, you allow yourself to experience the pleasure afterward, once you've overcome that hurdle. Another mindset that's been incredibly helpful for me is seeing each effort as a temporary sacrifice. Yes, it's a real sacrifice because you could be relaxing on the couch or enjoying a treat. But instead, you choose to go to the gym on a rainy or cold day. You're sacrificing a small comfort today to gain something more meaningful in the future, a healthier life, the version of yourself you aspire to become. This way of thinking, where you take ownership of your choices, brings a powerful sense of motivation. It's about having complete awareness of your choice. It's not just saying, "I feel lazy." It's more like, "I feel lazy, but I'll go anyway because I know where I want to be." Each small step counts, and true transformation doesn't come from grand gestures, but from the small, positive decisions we make day by day, creating a significant impact over time. The key is to develop this awareness, to be mindful of which elements of intrinsic motivation you need most in the activities you want to build into your life. Alongside this is the power of pairing something you already enjoy with a habit you're working to develop. This combination makes the journey more manageable. Because let's face it, there will always be 1,000 reasons to quit a project or never start in the first place. That's life. It has its ups and downs. At times, motivation is high and everything flows. At other times, progress feels harder. Life has its challenges, with high points and low points. But what we can do to overcome those tougher times is to gain knowledge and build a clear awareness of what's happening. With that clarity, you'll have tools to face difficult moments more effectively without needing external factors to bring you back to a place of well-being or motivation. In that self-awareness, you'll find the strength to keep moving forward with your projects and goals. Thank you for staying with me until now. If this video has inspired you to make changes and tackle your challenges, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this. And don't leave yet. Continue this journey of personal growth with the next video I have lined up for you. I'll see you there. If you'd like to dive even deeper into self-knowledge and inner peace, check out my ebook, Divine Essence, Rediscovering the Inner Self and Spiritual Peace. The link is in the description.